Hello again. I'd like to talk a bit today about how it works when people come to see us here at NIH as part of our hereditary gastric cancer research. There are some key points that I'd like you all to know because I think it can make your visit easier and certainly avoids any confusion. So first, I ask that you complete a preclinic checklist prior to your appointment and before we generate your schedule. The reason for this is so that we make sure we have everything we need to know about you or for you before we schedule the visit. The worst thing to do is to schedule you to come here and we don't have everything we need. So my team will send this to you by email, and it's critically important to complete this in order for me to be able to see you. Now, first I want to talk about outpatient clinic visits. Now, these are clinic visits as an outpatient that might include people coming in for surveillance endoscopy, annual follow-ups, or even a postoperative check. So, for instance, if you're having a procedure such as an endoscopy, you must travel with a caregiver because you'll receive anesthesia for the procedure. So it's for your safety that you're released with your caregiver after the procedure. Now, we are very fortunate that currently we're able to pay for the caregiver's travel. However, travel in general must be scheduled accordingly. So if you're showing up to NIH for a clinic, and our clinic is usually on Thursdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., we encourage most folks to fly out the following day. But if you choose to fly out on a Thursday, you must schedule this travel after clinic hours because, as you know, I can't guarantee that I'm going to see you on time so that you can make your flight. And as you know, leaving the NIH and traveling to a local airport takes time. Now, for those folks that are coming in and being admitted, so they're inpatients, that process is a little different. So in cases in which people are getting admitted for surgery, we only pay for the patient's flight, for instance. Unlike the other scenario where a caregiver must come with you for an outpatient procedure, if you're being admitted, we're only paying for the patient themselves. Now, we will reimburse up to $120 a night for preoperative lodging expenses. So those are expenses prior to you being admitted to the hospital. Now, we'll request the family lodge for your family members while you're an inpatient. But this is not guaranteed, and this is certainly out of my hands. So we can make a reservation. However, the lodge may cancel that reservation because they receive other higher priority requests. And there is a prioritization that they use in terms of determining who can have access to the lodge. The other thing to remember is that outpatients cannot stay at the lodge. So if you're coming for an outpatient visit, the lodge is not available. Now, we are very fortunate that we even have the family lodge. And although we would like it to be available all the time to everyone, it's not. And I think it's important for us not to assume that it will be available to everyone. Now, the last point is about reimbursements. It's really important to keep your hotel receipt and submit it to the voucher office in the main lobby in your free time. And remember, the reimbursement rate for hotels is up to $120 per night. Now, if you're an inpatient, while you're admitted, the cost of lodging for your family or a caregiver, for instance, at a hotel, is not covered. And that's important for you to remember. And then, as always, a certain amount of mileage is covered if you choose to drive to NIH. And there's usually a 50-mile radius for reimbursement for things like any travel, driving, or otherwise. I hope this information is helpful. Talk to you again soon.